Just doing an audio test real quick. Just had to get some stuff set up. Alright. Did I fight, Chariot yet? It would appear not. I think I might save that for later. So I can go get the coveted Silver Serpent Ring +2 first. And get some extra souls from the boss. So apparently the notification bot is down in one of the servers where it's like a promo thing for people who are in the server. So the notification didn't get sent out, unfortunately. Where's the other one? Oh, there. I think I can one-shot with one hand, yeah. That'll help with stamina and crowd control. Alright, on to... Oh, I can't remember the name. I keep wanting to say Huntsman's Copse, but that's where I am. Copse? Copse? I think it's Copse. Harvest Valley, that's it. That's something interesting I've noticed. Nobody ever uses backsteps in these games. I wonder why. Some of them, they don't have iframes. Is it Dark Souls 3 that doesn't have iframes? Dark Souls 1. Can't remember. No, it must. Because why would you be able to do the, I mean, why would the backstep for the whatever wood grain ring, why would that let you do backwards somersaults otherwise? Or backflips, I guess. Is it somersault or backflip? I'm trying to remember.
Visit me. I'll provide the
I'm pretty sure backstep iframes are not, you don't get the same amount of iframes in the games. I don't know, it's not really something I've ever focused on because again, nobody uses backsteps. Not sure why I'm grabbing all this stuff, I have nothing to upgrade with it. Habit, I suppose. Right. I haven't talked to Goblin yet. I always get that wrong. I want to grab the second item, not the first. And yes, I know I'm dying. Grab it, please. Right, that's why I go in the cave last, because I can avoid getting poisoned. I got it on one character, transferred it to a friend's character, and then they transferred it to this one. Also, hello, IDK. But you get the armor by, I think, giving 40 Loyce souls, or like getting 40 Loyce souls for Alana in the Crown of the Ivory King DLC, which takes like 4 or 5 hours, I think, of like constant grinding, and that's when doing it optimally. Not actually a Covenant farm, because it's not something, it's not a Covenant you can join, but... God damn it. Meant to do a jump attack. Yep. Indeed I am. And the funny thing about the... Alright, ice cream. The funny thing about the 40 Loyce souls is that's not even the end of it. You have to get 50 in order to get the ivory key. No, that's not why. Like, okay, I never eat, you know, like ice cream that you would get at a store or anything. I get it, like, you know, in cones when I go to McDonald's or wherever. So just the idea of, like, someone going to McDonald's at midnight to get an ice cream cone or something sounded funny to me. Ah, that's the Klondike. When was the last time? I don't know if I've ever had a Klondike bar. If I'm remembering correctly what they are. I've definitely had like the little brown ice cream sandwiches before, but I'm not sure about Klondike specifically. Have you ever had ice cream on waffles? That's what's nostalgic for me. Very good, gotta tell you. Just gonna go through this again because my durability is like at half. And Covetous Demon is very tanky, so... Well, I guess he's not really that tanky, he was just very tanky in New Game Plus 7 for whatever reason. In fact, it's kind of absurd, but when we were fighting, honestly I found Looking Glass Knight when we fought it in New Game Plus 5 or whatever it was. That was easier. Not to mention he like two-shot me, so... Well, he could have two-shot me, he didn't actually. Yeah, so like you can do this and have the weapons on your back or on your thigh or wherever the sheath is. Okay, easy boss time. That's what she said, Dark Star. Sorry. I can't help but make that joke every time I see a good opportunity. Just give me a sec. Hello to you. Hey, Degrees. It's going alright. A bit tired. Hey, gaming train.
Go on it.
For a double, I imagine that was supposed to be. Double smelter sword build. Interesting question. Do you mean like both the fire ones or both the magic ones or like the two combined? Oh, okay. See you, gaming train. Should have bought some resin. Or ooze, I guess. Wasn't really thinking. Oh, okay. Sorry, it's just there's quite a bit of talking in chat, so I can't keep up fully. Oh no, I am poisoned. What am I to do? How shall I recover of this? From this? I mean, you guys can go visit other people's streams, I don't care. Man. By the way, if you ever wonder why, like, I top up on health before entering boss fights, it's because it looks good in the video. Not kidding. That's the only reason I do it. Man. Still have no idea how to dodge that attack. Throw your head or something. Give me a big opening. No. You don't get anything for limb cuts in this game. With the exception of... What is the name of that boss? Oh, hello. Sorry, just... Hello, Herb Pinewood. They just distracted me as I was talking. With the exception of the Rotten, cutting off his left arm makes him drop a Pharaoh's Lockstone, that's it. But yeah, no other than cuts drop anything. I actually made a video of all the limb cuts in the game, with the exception of both of Freya's heads, because apparently using warmth is supposed to heal her, but it didn't, so... Oh boy, you're tanking. There we go. Heal real quick. Charcoal pine resin and green blossom. Honestly, Mutha is like the only somewhat is one of the very few somewhat dangerous bosses. At least non-DLC bosses. Yeah, see, how are you supposed to dodge that? That is probably one of her weirdest attacks. She can... God damn it. She can, like... What's the word? Decide to do that attack, and then... she'll dodge first, and then, of course, when she eventually actually does the attack after dodging, she completely... Oh, okay. She completely misses. I timed that very poorly. Oh, so hello, grass. I don't have the soul ring on for some reason. Wonder what I was doing last time. Why would I have the Ring of Blades on? Instead of... Maybe I had it for like killing a crystal lizard and then just never switched it off. How in the world did you poise through that? She doesn't have any poise armor on. I mean, yes, obviously the NPCs cheat with their poise, but still. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, Fencer Sharon is like one of the worst NPC invaders in the game. Meanwhile, Dennis is dramatically easier. Especially because he guards. So you can just guard break him. He doesn't dodge as often either. It's really just his Crystal Soul Spirit that you have to be careful of. And Soul Greatsword, of course, but I don't know, I've never had trouble with Soul Greatsword. Do you have anything useful? This, a few of these. Didn't need that many. Repair powder. That's about it. And I'll get the ring too, because I can. Alright. See you, Darkstar. S scaling in Dex? Really? I don't know why. I thought this thing had like a D scaling in strength and C scaling in Dex. Holy. I never get hit by that. I never get hit twice by that either. What are you doing? Okay, nice. Not sure I'm messing this up so badly. Sorry that I'm not talking a lot, I'm just concentrating. Okay then, I guess. I swear I dodged there, but... I mean, like, I didn't even get hit and then dodge because of the input. So I guess I just didn't click circle, despite pressing the button. Yeah, it seems to work fine. What are you doing? Well, that was strange. Honestly, this run through Iron Keep has been very strange in general. That one was actually on me, the missing the backstab at me. Come on. Pull another great arrow so I can redeem my backstab. There we go. Also, why did chat die after Darkstar left? Nobody's talking. Oh, right. This one doesn't explode. need to check what my adaptability is at after this fight. Well, agility. Or I could do it in the middle. Okay, yeah, I could be higher. Thank you. Okay, pursuer time. Do a different attack. Okay, well, that works. I swear, the more I fight the pursuer, the less common his, like, upward slash becomes. Oh, there it is. Can you go level up real quick? What do I have 25 strength for? Really? Huh. Don't think I have. Okay. And I definitely don't have any bone dust or whatever it is. Just thinking if there's anything else I need. Could get more resin, but I don't really have the souls for it. Don't think I've already gotten the DLC key. No. At least not this one. It'd be nice if I didn't have to do this every playthrough. It's not fun to go through. Now here's a good time to have the remove blades equipped. Unless I mess up the jump, like a smart person who is smart and is good at this game. Okay, let's try this again. I don't really have anything to talk. I never have anything to talk about during my streams, which kind of sucks. Let's see, anything interesting recently? Last stream I talked about washing Novocaine, so that topic's off. Okay then. Third hit pretty much always misses. I don't know why it hit me that time. Oh, I injured my leg recently. But that's not really an interesting story. I was just exercising, and like an hour after exercising, my leg was sore, and it's been sore for about a week. So it's finally, like, today gotten better. Isn't that an interesting story? Oh, God, I hate these things. Okay, dude, fuck off. Oh, great, now I have to deal with both of them at the same time. So you pushed me all the way over there, like an idiot. Sorry, don't mean to get so frustrated, just... I mean, I'm dealing with these things, can you blame me? I never understood that, like, it's a problem every single Souls game. There's enemies that, like, you can't comprehend how they made it through, like, playtesting. Them and the reindeer are, like, the main culprits of that. Let's see, the giant pyromancers are completely overpowered, though because they're relatively, like, fast to die, it's never really a huge problem, but they just attack and attack and attack. They have, like, no cooldown between their attacks, so you'll never get enough stamina to fight back, unless you, like, hide behind something. But... Actually, how many of them even are there? I think it might be just the two of them. One of them is, like, gets mowed down by ballistas, and the other one is, like, way, like, on a rooftop out in the open, so you can't really hide behind anything. And it's difficult to get away from them without jumping off the roof, because you have to go along this narrow bridge to get back into the building you come from. But yeah, they're always facing away, so you just backstab them, deal like most of their health, most of their health, and then hit them again and they die, like as they're getting up. But then, you know, you realize in later new game cycles or on low damage builds how overpowered they are. Also, you know, what is it? Well, NPCs in general, like enemies that use the player model, because they have, you know, infinite stamina, infinite magic, they're able to roll faster than you. Like, as in they can follow up a roll faster. Like that, basically. Which, I mean, you can also do, but it's not, like, it's not intended. Because in the game, you're able to follow up, or not follow up, you're able to roll right at the start of an R1. It's very difficult to do with, like, faster weapons, but like that, you saw I started swinging, and then I roll. But then if you spam circle and R1 at the same time, you can do this, and roll really quickly, as opposed to this. But they're able to, like, you know, make full use of that, and obviously they have infinite stamina, so they're not, like, losing out on a bunch of stamina by doing it. What else? They can dodge out of ripostes and backstabs. They can turn faster, they have more tracking when attacking. Their equipment and weapons don't break, obviously. Oh yeah, they can dodge out of the middle of their attacks and in the middle of blocking and stuff. And in the middle of stun locks as well. These guys actually give pretty decent souls, so it's worth swapping over to the ring. And plus, I kill most of them in 2 hits anyway. Okay, that 100% should have been a backstab. Kind of interesting seeing traps like that. Like you hit the button and then the... What are they called? Kiln? Are they kilns? No, I don't think so. There's a different word for it. But whatever, the buckets tip over and all the lava comes spewing out. Or molten iron, I guess, is more likely. But it's just interesting because, you know, there's 3 of them there, and then never again in the whole entire game. Not even in the DLC. It's just to think they'd make more use of it. really thought I'd have time to dodge that. It's funny, like my first 10 playthroughs, I wouldn't even try to dodge those attacks. I would like very carefully poke them and then run away, because I didn't think you were actually able to dodge through the downward sling. Just, I don't know, it always gave me like the idea that if you tried, it would ignore iframes and hit you. But not so. Okay, that time it worked. Easy box. This area for much, much later. I'm gonna go get the Estus shard. I wonder how many cycles there have been between Dark Souls 1 and 2. Like, how many new lords? I mean, like, how many people have sacrificed them to the throne or the first flame? As usual, the ogres are hyper weak to pierce damage, or thrust damage. Some extra Twinkling Titanite is good as well. What is the goal now? Probably... I don't think there's any Twinkling Titanite on the way to Dukester Freya, so... Well, there is one not in the area. Sent you a message about that armor. Okay. Check that out real quick. Oh, that. No, I'm not saying that. I thought you were talking about lap set. I thought you thought this armor that I'm wearing right now was a lap set. I didn't... Yes, I know that the Ruin set is in Dark Souls 2 and 3. Yeah, because what I'm wearing right now is the Loyce set. So yeah, that was, I guess, something got confused there on both our sides. Yeah, exactly. Uh, yeah, because I thought you were like asking if this armor set was in Dark Souls 3. I was like, no, it isn't. But the Ruin set, yeah, you get it in the DLC, like right before the archers, right? Okay, where to next? Oh, right, I should probably go through here, actually. No, the Loyce set is completely different from the Rune Sentinel set. Because you can get the Rune Sentinel set and the Loyce set. Like, for example, well, some of the differences is that the helmet, it stays with your torso despite what you do, so it makes your head stay in the exact same position. Also, obviously, it's like shiny and white. While the Rune Sentinel is a bit more tarnished and goldenish color. Alright, what was I doing? Oh, right, exploring this area. I'll upgrade my Estus later. I'm not going to bother to grab almost anything in this area. It's just not worth it. With the exception of the branch and this resin. Really? That hit me? Oh, and fun fact, there's actually 2 variants of the Loyce Knight set. You can also get the charred version from the enemies in the fight itself, including the shield and sword. But not any of the other weapons. Mainly because I'm pretty sure those are just reskins of other weapons in the game. Yeah, more fire defense for one. I think they weigh more as well. Not sure if they have more poise though. The Rune Sentinel set is also kind of strange in this game because you don't like buy it off the boss armor NPC. You have to actually grind it from the Rune Sentinels in Greenlight Castle because there's just like basic enemy versions. I don't know why I did that. Don't need this item. Never gonna use it. That's actually useful though. The soul, not the smooth and silky stones. Though I suppose I can sell them to goblins. God, I really have to stop drinking anything but water during streams. funny how elegant they made this weapon, and then the one-handed R2 is just this attack. How many bosses have I taken down so far? I think I got 5 in the first stream. So that would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 10 of 41.
What? Wake up.
What was that? I can get rid of this and this. Okay, just give me a moment, please. Okay, I'm back. Don't need any of these. Do need the twinkling titanite though. if it's YouTube or PlayStation's fault, but whoever it is really needs to figure this out because it's very annoying. The view count keeps, or like the watching, the amount of people watching keeps jumping up and down like over and over again. It goes 1, then 2, then 4, then back down to 1, then 2, then 4. It's just doing that over and over again. Does it about once every minute or two. Like does a full loop. I've had it happen before, so I know it's not like just people happen to be like hopping into the stream, not saying anything, and then immediately leaving. I obviously don't need the resin. Okay, that's 11 bosses. Should probably go kill the chariot. Oh, come on. Oh, I thought of something to talk about. It's not interesting again, but it's something. I was going to stream this morning, but then the dishwasher ended up being too loud, so I didn't want that coming over onto the mic. And then I went to bed, and then I woke up, and then streamed. Great story, I know. Really? I don't know what that pursuer's deal is. Sometimes it spawns, sometimes it doesn't. maybe it has something to do with the pursuer in Iron Keep, because like it seems almost every time. Pretty sure there was one time though that it spawned even though I killed the one in Iron Keep. Just gonna jump down again, see if I can do something that might get it to spawn. Nothing. Oh, I've been building a puzzle recently. I guess that's slightly interesting. It's 1,000 pieces. It's like a small wood cabin on the side of a lake with some ducks flying. Maybe it's a large pond. It has like a sunset in the background that reflects off the water. Some trees, and that's kind of it, I guess. Tried putting it together before, but one of my cats has this issue with puzzles, likes to bite them and tear the pieces, so I ended up putting it away. I'm pretty sure I got all the pieces. But now I'm building it downstairs instead of upstairs, so hopefully he'll leave it alone. He almost never comes downstairs. Oh right, I have another shard. It's kind of weird. Cats have always been like, I guess my area. They never go in my area for whatever reason. So, like my room, for example, they'll almost never go into my room. Though Radar, the one who tore apart the puzzle, he did actually go into my room in the old house. But, like, none of the other cats would ever go in there. But he's, you know, like, the brave, bold one. Just kind of funny, considering he's, like, a very, very small cat. And not like he's a kitten, like, as in he just is small in general. Rude. So yeah, he never goes into my room now. He would always go into my room and mess with my Lego sets. Like, tear pieces off them, which was extremely annoying. It's kind of funny the first time. Second time, not as funny, but still kind of funny. And then it just became extremely annoying, so I had to keep my door shut all the time. And then, of course, you know, it was my room, so it started to smell, so I had to have the door open, but then he would go in there, and ugh. Just a pain. And I'm not saying, you know, like, that I smelled gross or anything of that sort. It's just that my room was, like, directly over the garage, and the air conditioning wasn't very good upstairs. So all the warmth from inside the garage would seep through the ceiling into my room, and then it wouldn't be able to get flushed out unless I kept the door wide open and had like multiple fans going. So in the summer, it was absolutely awful, and then in the winter it'd be freezing. So I guess, yes, I did stink in my room, but for good reason. But hey, I washed my sheets every 2 weeks, so did my best to keep things clean. And now, since I've moved, all my Lego stuff is like either high up on shelves, like the new stuff I've built, and all the old stuff, or almost all the old stuff, are in boxes. So, because I could never be bothered to take them all out, because you can't transport Lego. It's not one of those things you can transport. Maybe 5 sets at most, but then anything beyond that, they end up breaking, and you get all the pieces mixed together. It doesn't work. So I refuse to even open the boxes, because I know what awaits me. And it's gonna be like tens of hours of repairing stuff. That was worth it. Is that enough to fully heal me? No. I just realized saying this stuff is up on shelves makes it sound like it wasn't on shelves before. It was, it's just the shelves went, from like... It had like 4 different levels, and the bottom level was like right at ground level, or like just above it, so... No. Okay, I guess. Yes. Okay, for a split second there, I thought one of the skeletons got, like, thrown through the map when he got hit by the cart. Or chariot, I guess. Oh, but, I guess to add on to what I was talking about before, my new room, obviously it's like in the, I guess you could call it a basement. I mean, it's a walkout, so not really a full-on basement. So do I have the Ring of Blades on, or... Okay, But yeah, so it's a walkout, so not full-on basement, but it's very cool down there. It stays at like 17 to 18 degrees throughout the year. Which I guess to most probably sounds pretty cold, because usually a house is 21 degrees Celsius, I think, 22. But I've always been good with the cold. In fact, I've been very bad with warmth, so it works perfectly for me. But no, so my room, you know, not smelly whatsoever. Very, very clean, not crowded. And radar never goes in there, nor do any of the other cats, so... Don't know what it is that makes them so hesitant to enter my rooms. Maybe there is some sort of smell that only they can detect that prevents them from going in there. Just getting a close look at the shield. What was even the starting point of that? I was talking about a puzzle, I think. There was another 1,000 piece puzzle I was doing that because of radar. I never finished completely. I had it, so like I had 999 pieces. So it was, I think I got it from a GameStop or EB Games or something. It was a map of Hyrule. So, you know, it was all like yellow, tarnished, a bit of brown, and then black lines for like the different details. Which, as you can imagine, for a 1,000 piece puzzle makes it relatively difficult. And there was a piece kind of near the middle that was missing. And the worst part is it was like a huge piece too. It was like the biggest piece in the whole thing. And that's the one that he got a grab of and, you know, took wherever. So I had it like on the kitchen table, just the puzzle, you know, 99 piece or 999 pieces, complete for like 2.5, 3 weeks, and then a few days after finally giving up, like at finding the piece, there it is in the middle of the floor in my mother's room. I have no idea why he brought it all the way over there, because that's like a decent distance from the kitchen table. But no, of course it was after I had taken apart the puzzle, and that was like the longest it had ever taken me to build a puzzle. This is how difficult it was. Okay. 1 of 5. Jeez. 1 of 4. Oh my god. 1 of 3. What am I saying? At think initially I was thinking, oh, it takes 5 hits to kill them. And then my brain was like, ah, yes, so 1 of 5 sentinels. And then I said 4 because obviously that's the one before 3, or that's the one before 5, only to immediately be corrected by my brain. No, this is why people watch the streams, because you get to see me fail at basic numbers. I suppose fail at using basic numbers would be a better way of phrasing that. And you also get that, me being terrible at phrasing things. Definitely thought he was going to have an explosive barrel there. I think this is really, yeah, not worth it. Enough souls to be worth picking up. I guess unless I have a second one already, then it could be worth it. And I do not, so it is not. Shouldn't have done the running attack. In fact, I shouldn't have done 3 attacks. Would you stop being an asshole? Like, just use the upward slash attack. I don't get why he's not doing it. Because it's an attack he uses both at close range and for distance covering. In fact, that goes for most of his attacks. Not really sure why I do this when I'm doing builds like this, because he doesn't sell Twinkling Titanite, so I can't use it for upgrading my armor or anything. I'm not using any spells. I don't need this bonfire. There's one right across. Give the gesture. I like gestures, but I never use that one, so... Need a few more of those later on. In fact, I think for the whole playthrough I need... Let me think. 3 of those? The Lost Sinner, Alana, the Squalled Queen, and the Guardian Dragon are weak to magic, or weakest to magic. Which is kind of weird, considering, you know, Guardian Dragon should be weak to lightning. Though I guess it's more of a wyvern than a dragon, isn't it? Because it doesn't have the 4 legs. Okay. It's one of the most annoying attacks in the game because it has too much tracking. Look, see that one? That one doesn't have any tracking. I think they can drop Twinkling Titanite as well as Titanite chunks. I saw an interesting review of Dark Souls 2. I can't really remember all the details about it, but it was just bitching about the placement of Hide Knights. Or like, it was a video talking about how the original is better than Scholar of the First Sin, which, I mean, is blatantly false, but if you enjoy it more than play it, that's fine, I don't care. But when you, like, say, oh no, objectively this one's better, I kind of just said that, didn't I? That it is blatantly false that the original's better. So I guess I'm kind of part of the problem. Though it is true, because it has less ganks, and there's more balancing. So the version with more quality of life features, better balancing, it should be the better one overall, so I guess not entirely wrong, but I shouldn't say, I'm not going to say objectively it's better, because if someone enjoys the first one more, then whatever, I mean, that's fine. Because then it's objectively better to that person. But no, it was like a video saying that, you know, Scholar completely ruined the game, and how unbalanced it was, and how many more ganks it had, despite, you know, not having more ganks. But yeah, so they were talking about Hyde Knights and how dumb it is that there are now Hyde Knights at Hyde's Tower of Flame. Because that makes sense. Never understand some people. There's also, I mean, I've seen a lot of different ones, so they kind of start to meld together, but there was another, like, Dark Souls 2 scholar complaint video. It was, like, talking about how the branches ruin the game, which is kind of weird, because I'm pretty sure they actually make it more interesting. It's not like every single branch you have to be very, very careful with to use for progression. Because you get a bunch of them, and then there's like all those extra statues around the game that you don't need to use branches on. Like the two in, what is it called? Aldi's Keep, that's it. I'm gonna go check Goblin. Or not Goblin, Jace Gilligan. Does he increase the prices of his... I know he increases the prices of some stuff, I'm pretty sure, but does... Oh yeah, he does. Pretty sure that's usually 1,500. I'm not going to spend 6,000 on that. Instead, I'm going to spend 5,500. Just subtracting the cost of a Homeward Bone. Because you can get 3 in the Forest of Fallen Giants. Oh, I've been watching Twilight of the Gods. Not really much more to say about it. Lots of nudity. Not a huge fan of. Though I just don't like sexual stuff in movies or shows or games or anything of that sort. So... what else? Has some good fight scenes though. Thor massacring the giants was like brutal. What next? I need to go talk to McDuff. Upgrade my armor a little bit. Not that I need to. Oh right, the Belfry Gargoyles are also weak to magic damage. Weakest to magic damage, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Well, I only have the one lord left. You know, it's been a long time since I've actually looked at what her weakness is, because I rarely use, or I usually use a gold pine resin against her, but she might be weak to fire. Well, weaker to fire. Everybody's weak to lightning. See, Covetous, Mitha, Scorpioness, and Najka. Yeah, she's weakest to fire. Come on. Really? Stop dodging. Get in the AI loop. Well, that was a bit annoying. I am not dying like this. Oh, I was talking about you earlier. and your rolling shenanigans. I don't know why I couldn't hit this thing. I wasn't using the swiping attack, like I wasn't just doing this because it was on a lower elevation, so my sword just would have went right over it. Because that will work for these ones. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you... That is so stupid. Why did he attack the chest? There's not even anything in there that I need. But it still pisses me off. Never have I had that happen. Why the hell did he attack the chest? Why did you poise through that? And why is there only one of you? Many questions. It's only the one of the double axe guy. Well, I guess there's the other one on the path out of here, but that one doesn't attack you normally. Not like it usually stands still and doesn't attack you, as in it doesn't attack you that way with the two axes. In melee, it throws them at you instead. I'm gonna end the stream at about the 2-hour mark. So just in a few minutes, maybe after defeating Prowling Magus and Congregation. Which will probably be just a bit after 2 hours. I guess maybe holding on to that one soul in Moss Bastille would be worth it if you get these ones as well. So then you can use them all at the same time. It just depends at what point you are in the game. But you end up going down and fighting Lost Sinner, so you have plenty of time to use the soul then, so I guess if you go through here first, maybe? Well, that's useful. That is as well. Of course, that's assuming that there wasn't 10 in Grand Lake Castle. 10 very easy to grab ones in Grand Lake Castle. Can't remember if you can parry these guys. I don't really parry in these games, so... Okay. Apparently we can. I was about to switch to gold pine resin for the boss. Because, you know, this is definitely a boss I need a buff for. Just seeing if this shield has the spell parry effect. Because some shields you can parry spells with. And when you parry, there will be like a little sort of ring of light that comes off it. It's not the most apt description. Explosion, backstab this guy. That one does an explosion. Went in for a second attack. That's unusual. Okay. Are you done? Is it even worth bowing for this fight? Now, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but that fight might actually be fun for my no equipment run. Okay, 2 hours, 1 minute, 45, 46, 47 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you for watching. I have other stuff to do. So, I'm not in a rush, really. I just sounded like I was in a rush. What am I even talking? Okay, you know what? Goodbye. End of stream.